You're probably wondering, do I even have love coming in for me this year? What's going on? Is my person coming back perhaps? How do they feel about me? Who is this person in my life? Do I have anyone coming? Let's take a look. First card out is the Justice card. Then we've got the ticking time bomb. Looks like you have a good chance of a Libra possibly coming up into your life here pretty soon. Two of Pentacles. You might have been back and forth with this Libra, just not sure about them, or maybe they weren't very sure about you. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. There's been some breadcrumbing in the past. All right. There's been this person that probably didn't give you a whole lot in the past. Maybe didn't have a lot to offer. Maybe wasn't quite sure about you. Wow. Queen of Pentacles. They're getting their act together right now. Yeah, they've been trying to balance out their life, getting their situation settled. They've become quite the catch. I feel like in the past they weren't. Three of Wands, you can expect this ship to come in. You can expect this person to come back into your life. It's kind of a little bit of a surprise, but you know, we're going forward. We're moving, this is going to move forward, this relationship. I do feel that you guys were on the fence for a little while, and maybe it was you, maybe it was them, maybe it was both of you. I don't know, but there was no decision being made. And, you know, there was, I just don't have a lot to offer right now. I see that actually changing. You know, some of the biggest signs in this reading so far, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Libra. Maybe those might strike a bell with you. Hi, everybody. Welcome into my channel. This is Just Keep Swimming 1111. I appreciate you so much for being here. We're going to be doing free readings on Saturday. I hope you're a part of that. Please like and subscribe. I offer personal readings. I do Vedic sidereal astrology, which is an Eastern Indian astrology. It's the best. I also do all kinds of soulmate analysis through astrology, also through tarot and oracle. If you would like to have a tarot reading done by me, you can reach me on my website below, jks1111.com. After this video, I am going to answer your questions also. So if you have a question for me, it's just $15. It's one card, bottom of the deck, and my channeling, and I'll get your question answered. All right, you have a chance right now to go ahead and pay that by the end of the video. I call it my lightning round, okay? I usually offer that pretty often. I really look forward to my members, though. I have members on my website. And if you guys want to be a large member or a small donation member, you do get free questions and free readings throughout the month. So it's hundreds of dollars of savings. I encourage you to do it. I'm also doing an additional private exclusive invitation only live this upcoming week. And we're going to be doing candle rituals for love and money. And I will give you your own specific candle. I just need to have a number. So please let me know if you want to be a member. It's on my website. Go ahead and subscribe so you can be a part of that invitation only. All right, let's get in. Hanged Man. Empress. Wow, you don't have to wait too long, but oh my gosh, you're about to get married. Are you ready for that? Did you know that? Two of Cups. Look at this. This is insane. Wow, you're literally going to be in a very serious, committed relationship. I am not kidding. This is something that's going to happen into your life very soon. Again, you guys have been on the fence. This could be a relationship that's been somewhere around 6 years, perhaps 8 years. There's a 6 to 7 year, maybe even 2 years. Okay, those are the pentacles coming up. Excuse me, I'm getting over allergies. It's terrible. Sinuses as well. Anyways, did you know that this person has recently owned a business, graduated, become successful, or is about to step onto that whole new plane in their life? Did you know that? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. They've been working on a really long time trying to better themselves. I don't want to say it's just for you because I don't believe that. I don't think they were just trying to be better just for you. But it kind of feels like that, doesn't it? It's like, wow, this was perfect timing. You know, divine timing with the Temperance card. It's like, wow, this is great. You know, sometimes we got to give something up that's really good so we can get something better. And I know we hate to do that. We don't want to give up things that, you know, are feeling pretty good right now, but there's usually something better. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. And I feel like that's kind of what happened. There were some losses in your past. You guys might have broke up with them or each other or karmics, but there's been some noticeable losses where it really hurt to get rid of those things. Little did you know, and you probably had no idea, that at this day and age, in this part of your future, you were going to end up with someone very charming, good looking, business oriented, and financially stable. I'm not saying that's everything, but man, that sure is nice. Not only are they stable, I do feel you are too. How could they manifest you unless you were also in the same vibration? Now, the emperor and the empress are much better than the kings and queens. They are strides ahead. They are masters of their own universe, and they are huge manifestors, and they're really equal to one another. They work beautifully. It's that divine feminine, divine masculine courtship, and it's just such a good and healthy balance. Now we have Temperance, which is restoration and balance, patience, the long journey, the narrow path, choices that lead you to a better place. That's why at the end of the road in Temperance, usually there's a sun with a crown. It's like this path is going to lead you where you want to go. But it's always Temperance pouring 2 cups. One fire, one water, perfectly equal. Then we have here the 2 of cups. So I do feel there's this beautiful harmony and chemistry between you and this individual. I do feel that you guys are perfect soulmates, perhaps even twin flames if you feel that you're on that journey. But this is definitely meant to be. You have a beautiful connection that maybe was resisted for some time. There was a period where you resisted them, or perhaps they resisted you, or however it went. That was stressful. It was terrible. I mean, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good at all to have resistance. But resistance builds strength, and strength builds power. Now you guys have this lovely Ace of Pentacles. I'm telling you, this is a prophecy that I'm giving you of a marriage or a very long-lasting relationship. This is going to be very long term. And I don't want you to forget that. Now, Earth is going to be pretty prominent. Taurus is very strong. I just want to point that out. Very strong Taurus vibes. But like I said, Libra, Virgo, Sag, they're also here. So that being said, let's go ahead and get some messages from this particular love interest that is coming into your future. What would they actually want to tell you? This is the DM Confessions. I got this on Etsy. Really thick deck. Lots of messages in here. So let's see what we're going to get. Sometimes I just don't know how to reply or express what's inside of me, but I do read and even write up what I want to send back. I just freeze. I hesitate. Maybe even sometimes I delete it. So those person's not exactly great for some reason with you, with communication. And that could be a lot of that 7 of Wands resistance that you felt. And it's like, God, more than you know, I've wanted to reach out, come forward, say something, reply, but I don't know what to say. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to look foolish. There's some fear behind that. Bottom of the deck, listen, I have deep wounds from childhood that I really have to heal. I know you can help me with that, but I'm too proud to even admit I have issues. I'm too proud to admit that I even want or need to be nurtured. So we have a very independent person that does go strides in talking about this person's character, because we do have the Emperor and the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. It's a very independent individual that just doesn't need mom or dad hovering. So when they're thinking about getting into a relationship, it's like, listen, I don't want mom or dad, you know, I want a partner that doesn't need to coddle me, you know? So this person's like, listen, boy, do I not want that. And if you guys ever have given that vibe where you're like, I'm just here to nurture you, you might have shut them down a little bit. Not on purpose, certainly not knowingly, but just know this is an individual that's like, listen, I will take care of you, not the other way around. So we do have some pride to battle here. And, you know, maybe that's fine. Maybe they can just be that way and everyone's happy, but we'll see. The next card is, listen, I do check up on you to see what you're doing. And maybe you didn't know that one either. All right. So they do check up on you. So there is distance, but this person's coming back into your life. Very interesting. What is one of the hardest lessons you had to learn about this person? This is not a new person, by the way. I'm sorry. I know you guys are like, oh, I was hoping for a new person. This isn't a new person. No. I don't see new. I mean, it could be new to you. It could be new to you, but I do feel like you've known this person. You've known them or they're an ex. Like, I just don't have any vibes that's like, this is a fresh breath of air. This is a new individual. Wow, this is like so new to me. The relationship status, style, energy feels new because we have the Ace of Pentacles. So physically, this is like a new relationship, but this relationship might have been many, many years ago, you know, coming back. So lesson learned, pretending to be a savage won't heal that hole in your heart, baby. I think that's them, don't you? Don't you think that they have been trying to be a savage? That was a lesson learned through all these years. They don't have to be, you know, hyper independence is actually a trauma response of really feeling like you had to take care of yourself as a child, that your parents were not really there. And so when they grow into their own self, they're just like, listen, I don't need a single soul. I'm fine by myself. It's a trauma response. It's okay to need someone. It's okay to feel like you need to be nurtured, cared for, and healed, you know? You know who's the real OGs? The ones who don't have SHIT to hide from anybody, especially themselves. Real tough guys or girls claim their humanity. They hold on to those wounds and they hold it up to the light, like the lion Mufasa holding it up, holding Simba up. Can you hear that inspirational music starting? That's you starting your hero journey. Love bug. All right. So they are doing a beautiful healing. And I do see that with Temperance, the Empress, and the Hanged Man. Oh, yeah, we've got some healing going on. Let's see. Spirit, what do you have going on here? Spirit, can you please give me a card to kind of show me behind the curtain the energy of this couple? Oh. Oh. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take more than one. Okay. We're going to take more than one. You got the breaking karmic chains, breaking karmic cycles, and quite frankly, breaking up with the karmics. You know, that is what's behind the curtain and door number 3, right? Let's see what's behind door number 3. Breaking up with karmic energies. That's what's happening. We also have another notification here. We are mending bridges, my friends. We are crossing that barrier. This is coming together, making amends, having a reunion. This is a lot like the Judgment card, you know, even the Six of Cups. And whatever drama, whatever tiffs, arguments, whatever, we're putting that to rest, and we're going to move forward. Okay? Surprise, surprise. We've got the Twin Flame card. So could this be a twin flame? Oh yeah, we're getting some very good vibes in the cards that you may very well be on a twin flame journey with this character. We have the Emperor and Empress, that is the wonderfully well put DMDF twin flame couple. So this is a strong possibility. And then we have the path to destiny. This was always destined. Now, this might get people in a place where they're like, oh, darn, it's not for me. But hear me out. The Emperor and Empress are a mature couple. Now, she is pregnant, so she is of childbearing age, but you don't have to be at that age. But this is a mature couple that are already parents or are ready to be parents. The kings and queens generally tend to be 30s. I feel like the knights are 20s. The pages are younger than that. But it can differ in readings. Sometimes if I read for like a woman, let's say she's 76, and a page comes up and her son is, 55, he'll still come up as a page, even though, obviously he's much older than a teen. Because sometimes it just depicts a family when I do readings for people. So we don't have to stick to the ages. But usually the Emperor and Empress are over the age of 37. So they've been around long enough to have experienced multiple facets of relationships. And that's why when I do a love reading, they're mature, they're experienced, they've mastered themselves. That's really what it is. And not many people do master themselves till they're more mature. They just don't. I think that kind of maturity starts in the late 30s, but it could be earlier for some people, but it generally climbs and goes into the 40s, which is, I think, prime age for a lot of people. People might think, oh, the prime is 20s. That's more the beginning, which feels like the prime, but it's really not prime because education's not usually finished or financially people are still climbing the great climb. Late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s, even to 50 is a great prime age because that's when money is pretty good. That's when you really know who you are. That's when you've mastered things of your past and yourself, your relationships, and you've really grown. So that may not resonate with everybody, but I do feel like the couple that I'm picking up on in this reading tends to be more mature. Okay? And that may not resonate. That's okay. Maybe you're very mature for your age, or that person is. But that's kind of where I'm going with that. Another little telltale sign about the Emperor and Empress that might hit home in this reading is business owners. These people have their own empire. They have their own career. They have, they have their own business. Maybe they don't just solely work for themselves. Maybe they have other jobs too, but they're starting a business or they have one that's up and running. Especially with that Queen of Pentacles there. I'm definitely getting the feeling of, I know how to run a business. What has been some of the shadows that you've dealt with? What are some of the shadows? The $15 are questions that you can ask for $15 for the end of the video. What is the shadows in your relationship? And this is the Twin Flame Shadows by Mystic Moon, in case you guys are wondering. Good luck, Peaches, making your supper. Sounds lovely. One of the shadows is the escapist. So this might be a telltale sign for what kind of went down in this relationship. They escaped from you. They ran away from you. This is very 8 of Cups. So if you get like that instant knowing, oh my God, this is us, this is me. He ran away 20 years ago, or he ran away 8 years ago, or, you know, yeah, everything was going so well. 2 of Cups, we were so in love. And then, God, they just ran. What I'm hearing is they've been doing a lot of thinking. Sometimes absence does make the heart grow fonder. Sometimes absence makes people mature, which is 9 times out of 10 the case. But whenever you have a relationship that was kind of meant to be, you will find yourself connecting with that individual again. You know, it's in your cards. It's in your chart. It's on your path. Bottom of the deck is being distant. A lot of this is they just didn't want you to know the truth, but also they were running from their own truth. I definitely get that vibe. Like, I was running from myself, not just running from you. A lot of people do that. I know it gets on people's nerves and it's frustrating, but God, people do a lot of running from themselves, a lot of times more than anything. And that just creates a whole level of frustration on a whole nother level. Let's go ahead and see what kind of chemistry you guys had. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I can't show you till I cover up whatever might need to be covered up, but we're going to be using this one to see what kind of chemistry you guys have. Because I sense a lot of it with the beautiful divine feminine and masculine together with the 2 of Cups. I know you guys have a strong chemistry. XO, you sent the 22. Oh, okay, honey. Thank you. All right. If you guys want any of these cards for your questions, I'll give you guys these 2. Very fiery. I'm smelling smoke burning. I have to look first because I can't show things on here specifically. Okay, this one I can show. I was like, all right, there's no craziness going on. There's one piece I have to hide on this other deck. Let me see how I can hide it. Okay, I'll use my gemstone to hide this one. All right. Can't show everything on here, you know. It's very PG. You know, real quick, can you guys, if you know in the feed, because I always ask, I ask Tyler, I ask just like a bunch of other people when they're live, and Tyler never responds to me anymore. I don't know why. He just doesn't respond to me. But there's a lot of other people that cuss during their video, and I'm like, how are they getting paid? If I even say one tiny word like ASS, my video gets demonetized. So I watched a video and they're like, oh, you can if you say certain words. But I hear people saying the words they shouldn't be saying and they're still getting paid. So I'm like, what is going on? So if you guys please let me know, I'd appreciate it. All right. That being said, let's look at the cards. So we have here jealousy, Lots and lots of jealousy. She's here, she has literally cut up a picture or a note. So she got angry and she went to town chopping it up, maybe even trying to do a breakup spell between her man and some other person. We do have the karmic card in here. So it is a possibility that during this connection, there was a third party. But look at her. She's sitting here. Looks like she's eating ice cream. She's been cheated on. She's been lied to. And she's miserable because he's over there kissing and having a beautiful relationship with somebody else. And it just breaks her heart. Kind of reminds me of Elvis. You know, he kind of looks like Elvis, in my opinion, in the shadow. And Elvis was, you know, God, the most beautiful man on the entire planet, probably always will be. Gorgeous. And, you know, could he help it? Could he help that women were throwing themselves at him? No. Could he help that nobody ever wanted to tell him no? No. He just kind of got brought up that way, you know? Just a gorgeous man. And probably spoiled at home too, not financially, but because he lost his twin brother at birth. So I'm sure his mom was just, you know, grateful for his existence, period. And you know, it's funny, I looked at his chart recently. He has nothing going on in the 7th house. There's kind of some aspects, but there's no planets there. And ironically, no planets in the 1st or the 5th or the 11th or the 10th. And I was just, well, I think he does have one in the 11th, but nothing in the 10th. And I'm just like, wow. Yet he was famous, rich, and had lots of relationships. So very interesting. He had high Scorpio energy, though. Very high Scorpio. High Sag. That being said, I just don't think he could help it. And I don't know what's going on with this person. Maybe they're the same kind of made from the same cloth. Maybe this person or you couldn't help it, looks-wise, family-wise. But there's just so much jealousy in this connection. You know, Elvis made Priscilla insanely jealous. He started seeing her when she was 14 years old. And they didn't do anything intimately. He just saw her as his living doll, his perfect, innocent girl. It's like he wanted to have a collection of women. And she was the one that was pure. He wanted to keep her pure. The other women were just beauties, and each in their own way. And he wanted to experience highly sexual, intimate women as well. He wanted to indulge in all types of women. That being said, I think the most remarkable affair that Elvis had during Priscilla was Anne Margaret. She was a Swedish actress, and they starred in, I think, Viva Las Vegas. And all the while she was engaged and living in his home at Graceland, he had a whole blown-out affair with Anne Margaret, to where even his family and friends were ironically not on Priscilla's side, but on Anne Margaret's side, and saying, you should be with Anne Margaret. Even though he took Priscilla away from her family and moved her in. Even though she had been with him for years. No intimacy, by the way, but just years. And it's hard to believe that Elvis was not intimate with Priscilla. I mean, how could he be in the same bed with her and not? But that's how it went down, because he actually had a very religious side to him. Not that he practiced it, but he wanted that relationship to be a specific way. He was very demanding, very authoritative. And that's what happens when you have a Mercury and a Sun. You can be very demanding, especially when it's in Taurus. But anyways, he had just a very demanding energy. And, you know, I think he had a hard time choosing between two women. There was a time where he really wanted to be with Anne Margaret. He thought that would be the best fit for his life because she was famous, he was famous. She was beautiful and young. They looked great together. It was a good fit, and his family was very supportive of it. So I think he really had a green light, and he really wanted to go be with Anne. And he kept in communication with her for a long time. Even after him and Priscilla got married, he still sent her flowers and kept it, and that bothered Priscilla. But what I'm seeing here is this. It's like Priscilla and Anne Margaret, the jealousy. Elvis never stopped talking to Anne Margaret. And he still had other, you know, numerous flings, numerous nights with women. I mean, that just, that's what happened with the life of rock and roll. She kind of knew that, but she didn't want to think about it, and she definitely didn't want to see him engaged. And in the newspapers, they would come out while she was just living her life at Graceland that Elvis is engaged to Anne Margaret, and there's kissing parts, and she was just like, what is going on? She did fly out there and get upset because she felt she was going to lose him. But what he wanted was Priscilla, and ultimately he made his choice. So I don't know what kind of battle has gone on between you guys, but there is a third party, and I'm just going to keep it very honest and very real with you. This Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign female. Then you've got the Empress and the Emperor. There's mature people here. There is another perhaps woman or earth sign here that is outside of your connection. Or perhaps it's vice versa for you. Perhaps you're the Queen of Pentacles and your person has been married or in a relationship with another person. I don't know. I don't know how your situation is. But it's ultimately going to be up to one of you guys, whoever is doing the third party business. It's ultimately going to be up to one of you guys to say, hey, I choose you. So I know there's some stress here. And the Six of Pentacles breadcrumbing there in reverse up ahead with Santa over there. Yeah, the past has been very much perhaps juggling between two women or two men for some of you. Not being able to make up their mind and certainly giving a heck of a lot more to one person than the other. In Priscilla's case, he gave his body to Anne Margaret. Okay, and that didn't happen with Priscilla. So Anne Margaret got him physically, and Priscilla wanted to be physical with Elvis. Could you imagine sleeping in bed with Elvis, the most beautiful man on the planet? And you just want to touch him, you just want to feel him, you want him to want you romantically. You want him to, I mean, if anyone's going to be romantic, I mean, gosh, we would all think it's going to be Elvis that's going to be romantic. But no, he kept it on ice for her for years. I can't imagine the stress. And there was kissing and there was cuddling, but he would always say, nope, we can't go any further. That drove her insane. So to find out that he's out there making love, getting engaged with his co-worker, Anne Margaret, God, that's devastating. Talk about jealousy. And I just feel like whoever I'm reading for, you got a piece of that. You did. There's a piece of that where you didn't get to have this person the way the other person had them. But you were always perhaps the one. But they were doing stuff with someone else that you weren't getting. However this fits for your story, that's like the vibe. That is the vibe. I'm just trying to tell about Elvis to paint the story of the vibe. But here we have mending bridges, path to destiny. This is when I believe Elvis came back to Priscilla and she confronted him again. What about Anne Margaret? Are you engaged? What's going on? Are you going to tell me? And she threw a vase at him and he lost his temper and he goes, you know what? Pack your stuff. You're going home. Like, I'm not going to put up with that. And poor Priscilla, she's like, what? I'm not going to put up with you being a cheater. Like, how did this get turned around on me? Very narcissistic. Unfortunately, Elvis was gorgeous, but he was narcissistic. Unfortunately. Thank you, Kiara. I got your 15. So she was crying on the floor. He said sorry. He apologized and he said, listen, I need a woman who is going to basically put up with this because I'm Elvis and these kinds of things are going to happen. And I think in his own way, without saying it to her, he was saying, listen, I'm going to have affairs. Like, it's easy. It happens. It gets thrown at me. Sometimes I can't resist it. It's probably going to happen. Are you going to be the woman that is going to be here for me and be my wife and be at home and have my last name, or are you not? Because I need a woman who's going to understand that this is my lifestyle. So she had a tough decision to make in that moment, and it was her choice. Two of Pentacles, the elephant in the room. Do I put up with this and keep Elvis, or do I leave? Well, we know Priscilla's answer, and she decided to stay. And she knew she couldn't bring up any more arguments with him about it. She just had to believe that he chose her. That was very difficult. He kept Priscilla hanging on without marriage and without sex for about 9 years. I think it was like 9 or 10 years. A very long time. Longer than she should have had to have waited. And he shouldn't have made her wait intimately like that. He knew she would get pregnant right away. I'm sure he knew. I think there was some other love children out there that he knew he made. So for whatever reason, he was holding off on that because he knew, I don't know, whatever he was thinking. It doesn't really make sense to me. But 9 months later, after their wedding date, to the day, 9 months, Lisa Marie Presley was born. And yep, he knew it. He knew that was going to happen. Who doesn't want to have a baby with Elvis, you know? And so there you have it. And he knew that she was going to be locked in for life, no matter what. Like, even in a separation, she was locked in because of the child. Anne Margaret and him, you know, she was heartbroken because he chose Priscilla. So I don't know your side of the story. This could be Anne Margaret sitting here crying because Elvis chose to marry Priscilla and push her away, in a way. Or this could be Priscilla crying because she's married to Elvis, but he's still out there with other women. So I don't know what side of the field you're on here in your reading, but I just wanted to paint a picture of what I'm kind of feeling with this jealousy card. And so it's like, can I ever get over, with the Hanged Man, can I ever get over the other woman? Am I ever going to achieve success or victory over the other woman or man or many people? Because sometimes it's like plural. There's a lot of people. I don't know. I think that you are going to get over it. I think that justice is here with the ticking time bomb to tell you just that. They're going to decide and they're going to choose, and it looks like they're going to choose you. Maybe it's 100 days later. Maybe it's 100 weeks later. Maybe it feels like 100 years. Thank you, Ellen. But either way, we're getting over it. And we're going to achieve victory and success here. This person that was uncommittal, basically, uncommittal, is now being committable. Is that a word? Committable? Yeah. I'm assuming that it is. I don't know. Let me know, Markers. So they're becoming committable. I think this kind of blows you a little bit by surprise with the ticking time bomb. You knew this day would come in some sense, but maybe it took a little bit too long. So the Hanged Man here and the Temperance card, which is ironically buried down here, it's like this took a lot longer than I ever thought that this person would stop their player ways or be ready for marriage and relationship. But I see someone that used to be a player, that a cheater, a liar, whatever, player, whatever you want to say. I see someone that used to have that under their belt, that has conquered some demons here, changed their ways, and they're ironically brought back onto your path because that's destiny. I don't think they're going to escape you anymore because of destiny. They have deep wounds from childhood. They've been trying to reach out to you, but they quite haven't yet. I feel like they didn't know what to say, obviously. It's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to bring it back up. But this person has been kind of spying on you here. Page of Swords. Looking on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, whatever you've got going on, Twitter, I don't know. But they check up on you. Perhaps if they live in the area, they've driven by. Maybe they've gone by your work if they know where you work. But this person's just like, yeah, I've definitely looked in from time to time to see what you're up to, if you're still available. And, you know, anything to prepare them for their move. I feel like in about, I really want to say 3 months, you might see this person. And as soon as you see them, sparks fly. And you guys are on a fast track to marriage. It's kind of crazy, but that's what I see. Fast track to marriage. And this is justice. You deserve it. You had it coming to you. You earned it. Justice is like, this is fair. This is destiny, and it's fair. It's fate. Kind of like Priscilla. I think it was fair that she got the ring. She got the name. She got the house. You know, I think it was fair because he took her as an innocent child. She was brand new to this world. She was fragile. She could have been with anybody. He approached her parents and promised them he was going to do the right thing by her. You know, for whatever reason, he pursued a minor at 24 years old. He was 24. She was 14. Her parents let her. In those days, it was very different, obviously. People married older people all the time. It wasn't a thing. But he made promises. So regardless of how he felt for Anne Margaret or any other starlet, he made promises to Priscilla's family. So I do think it's fair. And I do believe that she waited it out. She earned it. She sat there, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, on the fence, without a ring, just waiting. He could have given her a ring day one. But no, he waited and waited and waited for whatever reason. We'll never know. She deserves it. And I think you deserve it. I don't know what your story is. I don't think it's exactly Priscilla's story, but I think whatever you went through, you earned it. I can't right now, no.
What am I supposed to do?
Turn it off.
I literally just got a medallion.
I told you could have TV, not that.
I wish you could reset the timer because I just got a medallion.
Can't. So, anyways, you're about to go through some level of bliss because your justice is coming in. And that's why I feel like I have this card here. All right. We've got this guy here catering to her, rubbing her feet, massaging her legs. And she's just there rolling around on pillows. I see chakra pillows. I see the earth chakra, the root chakra. I see the solar plexus and the crown. So this is just an elation. It feels so good. He's giving her security. He's giving her confidence. He's giving her freedom. She's completely letting go and just feeling good with him. So I do feel this person wants to come back into your life and make you feel really, really good. And I've never seen anything like that before. This is amazing. Bliss and jealousy, interesting. It's like you get a reckoning. You get to hold something over somebody else's head. It's like somebody was sitting there laughing at you, making a mock of you. Haha, look at that person. She's not even, he or she's not even engaged. They don't even have to live with that person. They don't even have blah, blah, blah. Like they don't have Jack. I have this person. Haha, I have them. There was some kind of control and ownership there with the emperor, you know, authority. It's like, haha. And then surprise, surprise, the universe steps in with justice and the mending bridges, path to destiny. It's like, oh, no, they're coming back. And now all the people that put shade on your name, all the people that said you would never have this, they get to watch you have it. Just like everyone got to see Priscilla sit there in her wedding gown, big ring, gorgeous, with gorgeous Elvis, saying I do, publicly, in the papers, in every magazine. They got to sit there and see her smile and kiss him and just like, oh God, Elvis is gone. He's taken, he's wed, he's married. You know, who else has a chance now? Sure, other girls have a chance to sleep with him, but no one's going to have a chance to share his life, live with him in his home, share his last name, share his children, share his wealth. You know, she had that. And so it's like Priscilla got the last laugh. She did. She got the last laugh. And at all those women and people of the public just laughing at her for being foolish, for living in a home with him for years with nothing, she got the last laugh. And I just feel like she deserved it. You know, she went through so much humiliation, embarrassment, ridicule, pain at her school, pain with her family, pain with a loss of friends and a normal childhood, just pain. And the loss of him, being with other women, I mean, such suffering. And I feel like there has been a great suffering and sacrifice with the Hanged Man. I feel like whoever's going to get the win here, those people were the ones that were humiliated. Yeah, humiliation was really a thing for this individual that gets the glory at the end of the day. This is a comeback. I mean, what would you guys call that? What would you call that? Someone who suffered that much and comes back with the Emperor and the Empress and the Two of Cups. Well, I don't know. What do you call that? I might put it in the title. What should I title this, guys? Get my water. A victory royale, huh? My son plays Fortnite all the time, and he always calls it a victory royale. Victory royale here. Eli, you call it the ultimate come up. There you go. The ultimate come up. Yeah, so this is a great blessing. Let me read that for you. The oracle there of jealousy. Oh, it's under the sign of Pluto. Jealousy devours even as one seeks in vain the consolation of honey. It may be a painful reality or a no less painful fantasy. The reflection of this card is Pluto, the most distant star from the sun, represents darkness, strong emotions, extreme impulses, and dark, uncontrollable urges that can bring up pain and suffering to the self and even others. Wow. And you know what's crazy is they mentioned distance. And I know you guys have had distance. Because look. the distant. And Pluto represents Scorpio as well in tropical astrology. And there's the skull representing death. So could there be a sign of Scorpio in here? I think there is. Maybe Scorpio is your Venus or your Jupiter or your 7th house. And ironically, Elvis had Scorpio in his chart. And we're talking about it. Is that a sign? Yeah, because it sure isn't a coincidence. All right. So we're going to read Bliss. Bliss is the bottom of the deck, overall, underall energy. Okay. For gourmets of eroticism, For gourmets of eroticism. Everything begins with the sense of smell. Inhaling each other's scent is an irresistible urge to indulge in the ecstasy of love. The reflection, Jupiter, teaches how erotic pleasure is a game where from simple gestures you reach an irresistible crescendo and finally ecstasy. And we just talked about Scorpio or Jupiter. I'm sorry, Pluto or Jupiter with Scorpio. And there you go. You got Jupiter. That came in. So you have a Jupiter in Scorpio? Could be. Do you have Venus in Scorpio? Let us know in the comments. Tell me about your chart. You know, you're meant to have some distance if you do. It's written in the stars. It's part of your destiny to have, literally the stars, the escapist, to have Scorpio with a Venus or Jupiter, or in the 7th house or the 1st house. You are meant to have distance and separation and transformation in your love connection. It's just part of the package. So I want you to know that if this really resonates with you and you're in disbelief, this is what's coming up for you. This is already written in the stars. It's already in the works, if it's not already in front of you. Now, if you're watching me and saying, Steph, this is never going to happen, this is not my story, not even close, that's okay. It may not be your story. It really may not. But I will tell you this, if it is your story and you're saying that, you're cursing your own story. So just be sure, you know, where you're really at with that. So anyways, let's take a look at the soul purpose. Victory Royale for you guys. Am I constantly showing up? Are you constantly showing up in your dreams, your manifestations, your desires? Are you really there every day, hard, strong, steadfast, consistent? Are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Perhaps it's them. Is someone stalling with the Hanged Man and freezing and giving up? The juicy secret is that this person is the boss of fear and they are unstoppable. But it's up to them to see that they need to take action. Today's soul action is be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. 3 wands. You are in need of a hero, so that is you. Who will you become? So someone's got to work through their fear. We also have, how can I be more flexible right now? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome. It will be for your highest good. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. And then do some yoga. You know, it's interesting about Elvis's divorce. He came out publicly and said, oh, we're just going to be friends. We're not getting a divorce because of another relationship or another woman or, you know, another man. They did that to save each other. The truth is, yeah, they got a divorce because she felt neglected by him sexually. He didn't want to have sex with her after she had the baby. And I'm very sad that Priscilla barely got intimacy with Elvis. Maybe a handful of times her whole life. That's just sad, to be his wife and really not enjoy him like that. But she left because there's a lack of intimacy. And she was having an affair with another man. At the time, it was a karate instructor or yoga instructor, something like that, I don't know. But he was handsome. And there was a photographer, too, she ended up marrying that had initially photographed them. So she had, you know, fallen into the arms of somebody else because what do you do? It doesn't matter how good looking somebody is. If they're not giving you intimacy, they're not constantly showing up for you, then you can't be there, even if they are the most gorgeous person in the world. What's the use of having something that you can never touch and never have? It's like not having it at all. It's just torture. So she had to go. And, you know, obviously he was okay dissolving the marriage as well because she was already having an affair. And that tainted his idea of a pure woman for his wife. It just tainted it. You know, 2 other very serious relationships. One with someone named Ginger at the end of his life. She was beautiful. She resembled Priscilla a lot. She very much resembled her. And, you know, I think he did that to remind him of Priscilla. And the woman before that was a Tennessee beauty queen, Linda something. And, you know, he was with her for years because she was gorgeous. And, you know, she probably did every little thing he could ever want her to do. And she was good looking and she was Southern. And he thought, you know, maybe, but he never proposed to her. You know, it's like he never was quite ready. I think he felt bad, and I think he realized having women is a blessing. It's also a curse. And having good looks is a blessing, but also a curse. Even till the end of his days, he was calling Priscilla all the time, seeing what she's doing, where she's at, just trying to stay in touch with her. And I don't think he was mature to realize he was not healed, that he had a lot of issues. I don't think he was mature enough. But he just needed her. He needed her. And this is a lot like the card. I have deep wounds from my childhood to heal. I know you can help me, but I'm too proud to admit I want or need to be nurtured. And I think that was his deal with Priscilla. Like, he would keep reaching out to her because he really wanted to be nurtured. And he needed healing. And she was the right person to do it because she loved him unconditionally. She was madly in love. And he was the only one in her world. And the father of her child. I mean, she was completely his. So, yeah, it got tainted, but he was hanging on to strings there. And even the man that Priscilla was with was like, God, Elvis would call all the time, disrupt us late at night, you know. Elvis didn't really, he stayed up all night every night anyways, but, you know, he's like, he would disrupt us and call her a lot. And it didn't matter if he was with Linda, and it didn't matter if he was with Ginger or any other girl. You know, and other women are coming out from the rafters like, oh, he was in love with me. We were madly in love. Oh, he was in love with me. We were madly in love. You know, when you're getting kissed and fooled around with by a good-looking guy like Elvis, I think all of us may think we're in love. Who's here's going to raise their hand on that one? You know, Elvis gives you a kiss and writes you a letter and tells you he loves you. You know, we're all going to melt like like butter. You know, any woman's like, oh, he's so in love with me. The truth is, you know, when it came right down to it, whoever Elvis loved, he gave to. He gave them his time. He shared his space. He shared his stuff. That's what he did for people he loved. Anybody else was just caught up in the glitz and glam, in my opinion. But for your reading, and we're ending it here, we're an hour here. This is someone who definitely left theirs, had different things going on. They might have been juggling a whole bunch of other myriad of things that just kept them from the wonderful content that you guys could have had younger. I do feel that there's been some years wasted here. I do feel this person was not consistent. I do feel that there needs to be some forgiveness because somehow you guys are fated. Pluto, Jupiter, Venus, Scorpio vibes, you guys are fated here. There's supposed to be a comeback. There's supposed to be this mending the bridge, ending of karmic connections and cycles, and the path to destiny, putting together twin flames. So this is supposed to happen. So I do think there needs to be flexibility and healing and forgiveness. Now, I know that's a problem. Temperance, Hanged Man, Two of Pentacles. We're on the fence about even being able to forgive this person. As a friend, I would say don't forgive them. As an astrologer, I would say you should, so you could kill your karma. Sorry, I know people don't like to hear that. They just want to have their friendly advice. Tell me I don't need to be with this POS. I could tell you that, and it sounds great, and I agree. But karmically, in your chart, whatever you have to deal with as a soul reborn here with your bag of SHIT that you have to deal with, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking you might want to listen to the cards and have some forgiveness. Do you have to be treated like crap? Oh, heck no. But if this person is healed, Temperance, Two of Cups, that's a whole nother bag of worms, isn't it? You know, and you do have your own karma, so do what you want. But I feel like this person that was an escapist is coming back into your life. I'm sorry they made you so jealous. I'm sorry that there was certainly a level of jealousy in your relationship. But for whatever reason, this person, and they could be very good looking, still love you. Two of Cups. There's chemistry off the wall, out of the charts. And for whatever reason, you guys are going to be able to have a comeback, even in this nightmare of a connection. Maybe that's a fairy tale for some people. Maybe it's a nightmare for others. I don't know. But listen, if you don't love them, this reading isn't for you. I'm serious. If you're watching this right now and you're like, I don't love this person, guess what? I'm not telling you to be with him, or I'm not telling you to be with her. This is also not a message about your recent ex. Okay, this isn't the ex that you hate. I mean, it could be, but this isn't some trashed, no good, narcissistic, abusive POS relationship. This is not any of that. This is not in the cards. Have you been watching? Have you been listening? This is not in the cards. This is Two of Cups. This is Emperor and Empress. They belong together. Don't tell me they don't belong together. This is twin flame energy here. This is justice. I'm sorry, but I gotta tell you, this is not for the people that are hating one another. Oh God, we hate each other. Oh, this is the most abusive, toxic ex of my life. They stole my money, stole my dog, took my kids, abused us, cheated on me, had a baby with somebody else, married someone. I haven't talked to them in 20 years. Do you really think this reading is about them? Who's the narcissist here? Who is focused on themselves? Because it's not them at the moment. You know, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm like, come on, guys. That type of reading is not this reading. And if you ever think it is, you're not watching and you're not listening. You know, you got to really open up your third eye. You got to open up your crown. You got to open up your throat chakra. You got to listen. You got to open up your heart chakra. You got to be ready to receive a message here. Okay? And if you've never had a relationship like this in your life and you're like, I've been single, I barely got out of high school, I'm new in college, I've never even lived with anybody, you know, or I've never had a serious lover in my life. Maybe I'm a virgin, whatever. This isn't for you. How in the world could you have jealousy, third parties, karmics, you know, freaking nightmare time bombs, breadcrumbing? How could you have any of that if you haven't ever had any of that? You know what I'm saying? Listen to the reading, know if it applies to you, okay? Now, but to the people that this is resonating, you're like, this is home. This is, I know who this is. Or I know who this is. Like, I know. Well, good. Then you're in the right place. You're listening. I hope you're breathing in this message. All right. That being said, I will end it with a Whispers of Love. You know these cards never lie. I'm not going to keep a secret from you. Okay? I'm not going to hide anything from your reading. Whispers of Love is going to reveal the energy of this love connection. All right. Bottom of the deck. And ironically, we've had patience show up 3 times. First in the Temperance card, then in the Hanged Man, and now this one. So there is definitely a level of patience that you're going to have with this man or this woman or this situation. But look, it says love is patient and kind. Always. Not when it's good times, but when it's bad times too. And that's another way you're going to know if this is your reading or not. If you only have patience when things are good, you really don't have patience. You really haven't conquered yourself. If you have patience when times are bad, there you go. The other one, actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. Watch what you do, watch what you say. All right? Actions sometimes speak a little bit louder than words. And if they keep showing up, their actions are speaking to you, even if their words are not. And nonetheless, we have actions meaning something here. It's on the piano. The top of the piano. Because so. So anyways, there you go, guys. Have patience with this person. They're coming in. If it doesn't happen for you in 3 months, as I predicted, it could be a little bit longer, and let's just be open to that, okay? Could be a little longer. But that's what I pulled in. Your escapist is coming back and returning. That's what's happening. It's fate. It's destiny. It's your divine masculine, divine feminine connection. Very, very possible twin flame. Most likely. It's a twin flame journey, to really honestly say that. So get ready to break up with those karmics and break up karmic cycles. Get ready to mend bridges with this person. Because maybe you never saw it coming, but it's going to arrive. All right. We're going to clear the way now. For everyone that has a question, please post it. All right. It's a little bit over an hour, like 9 minutes over an hour, but that's okay. Not too bad. Okay. So, who is the first person that wants me to answer your questions? And what cards do you want me to use? Let me know how many questions you paid for. Keep in mind that you guys can definitely pay for more than one. Just because I have it listed for $15 a question doesn't mean you only get one card and one bottom of the deck. You can pay for 2 or 3 or 4. Okay? put these cards away. Oh, you're so welcome, Ling. Alan, you bought 2 for 15. Okay. What is your question, Alan, my love? And are we wanting to do tarot or oracle or both? You're welcome, Doja Sal. Thank you. Hey, Amanda. Nine-tailed fox donated 22. What is coming up for me and Cornelius? Okay. I will take care of that next. Alan, the urgent reads, dude, what's going on with them? He kind of totally ignoring me and hurting me. What's going to happen? A forgiveness, at least, or an explanation? DM confrontation I'm taking? Or tarot? Oh, the DM cards or the tarot if you want. Okay. Yeah, we'll do both. Ellen, I'll see if I can get that back out to you today. It's coming down to where I can't send it on that email. I'm going to have to send it a different way or redo the message. Maybe that's Mercury retrograde wanting me to redo it. I'll just redo it after the video and I'll just send it to you right away. We'll get more in depth. If you want to meet with me on a Skype this time, you can. And we could do it that way. Or I can just deliver it. But it seems like the email is a delivery issue. So maybe Skype would be better. All right, so let's go ahead and get this cleared. But I'll give you some extra cards too for your patience, love. I'll give you some extra ones. Let's go puff him. Spirit, guide and direct me for Ellen. What is going on with Ellen's person right now? Please show me the cards for Ellen. Okay, let's see. So the first thing that's going on with him is the 7 of Cups. Really hard choices. 6 of Wands. High honor. It's also public, being seen publicly. People looking at you, watching you. The Fool card. There's a new beginning coming up for you and him. A victory for a new beginning with this person. High Priestess. Consulting in the cards, which I know you're doing. You're consulting with the cards, the candles. Don't forget to involve magic, manifestation, going within yourself, because the High Priestess is the magic within, not exactly the magic without. I like to think of the magician as the one with his hands out with the wand, doing actual magic. And the High Priestess is knowing that information within and knowing the power is really within. So being aware that like attracts like, and whatever you're experiencing with him is a projection of yourself in some way. So there is some kind of reflection that needs to be looked at, needs to be seen. What in me is causing this person to do this back to me? Oh, you have? Okay, girl. So let's see what else is going on here. The Ace of Pentacles, another chance for a new beginning. He's not feeling very confident. He's trying to work on being more independent in his current situation, where he could financially be more free, more independent. I do feel like he feels very single in his other connection right now. And to be honest, Ellen, the only reason he's involved in any other connection is money. So I don't know what that is all about, but there is a money situation which is making him stick around. And that any kind of karmic energy, it's financially driven. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. He's just waiting to get money out of a situation. 3 of Swords, he is going to leave another situation to reunite with you. 4 of Pentacles, again, waiting for his money to get right. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. His money is going to get right. He's very scared. He's very nervous. Earth sign energy. He could be dealing with an earth sign, or he is the earth sign, but this is all financially driven. Okay. And I want you to know that he's been thinking about you a lot. You might be seeing some insane signs and synchronicities. You might be seeing, like, you might even be hearing him. There's just so much psychic energy between you and him. I know you feel that. I know you're feeling it. Right now, you're a little bit 7 of Cups, which is kind of you in the clouds. Just feeling really trapped in your thoughts, not sure what to make of this. Let's get more. Now, I know, and this is, I want to give you the bonuses. We already have $165 on the table. I just want you to know you are going to get value for your patience. And I more than make up for it. And I just wanted to make sure you were aware that the delays giving you definitely much, much more than whatever you've paid to make sure that I make up for it, girl. So we're going to get more. What is his real intentions and feelings with you? What is his real intentions and feelings? What is his real intentions and feelings for Alan? Deception. He doesn't want you to see what's going on behind closed doors. He's the secretive. He's the high priestess here. No, I don't want you to see what's going on. He is having a conclusion. Oh, girl. He is having a conclusion with the third party. Did you know that? I'm surprised I don't see a tower. This is happening very quickly this spring. And we're talking April, May. So we're talking within 60 days. And 60 is a prominent number here because 15, 15, 15, 15, 60. So got 60 on top, 60 on bottom. I'm feeling 60 days. 60 is like the prominent number here in this connection. Let's look at more details. What is actually going on, Spirit? For Ellen, can you reveal the truth? Show her what's going on in the dark. What's happening in the dark? We have discovery. Someone's turning the light on in the dark. The talk is going to be coming up. Toxic. All right, look at that. Divine masculine. Boom, there you go. This is what's happening. Did you know that they were having talks? They were having conversations about what was going on in his connection in his life, and his life is full of deception. This third-party energy is learning the truth about this individual. Oh yeah, she's seeing the truth. I told you, a lot of the truth is financial. So she might be learning you're only here for money, or you're only here for financial gain, or you're only here for some kind of a financial break. What is in his shadows that is being exposed with the discovery? What is being exposed? No action. A sellout. This is, you're only here for something else. The only reason you're here is for something else. That's the sellout. You're not here for love. You're not here for a deep connection. You're here for something to gain. The no action card too, to me, is you're not doing anything about it. Listen, this is some real tea. He's not being intimate. I don't know if he can't get it up. or they're just not in a good place, but he is not having intimacy in his life right now. Mostly because he's throwing himself into work, and maybe his life is just all about work. But this other person, 3 swords, third party, very brokenhearted, hurt, feeling used, and not feeling the affection here at all. Underneath the Wheel of Fortune, which is a number 10, we have another number 10, which is the 10 of Wands, and this is the heaviest burden. And it's like, I've got to drop this connection. I've got to end it. I really do. It's too heavy. I can't continue it. I can't carry it. And luck is on their side. Drop it. Let it go. Let's move on. Then we've got that Book of Secrets again. You know, he's full of secrets. We felt that with the High Priestess and deception. This man is just full of complete secrets. Now, I really want to get how he feels about you. So let's get some more. See, we're already at over $200 on the table. So let's keep getting more. Just want to give you the full amount of what you paid plus your reading, okay? Let's get 244 on the table here. Spirit, what does this person really want to tell Ellen? What does this person really want to say? What does this person want to say to Ellen? Heart of Hearts, truth bombs, let him out. Let's hear it. What does this person want to express? What does Ellen need to hear? Because Ellen is here in the dark. Please help me get a card or a few that can really, really say what this person's true intentions and feelings are in regards to Ellen, because he is keeping so much deception and secrets. What is the truth? What is the truth for Ellen? What is the truth for Ellen? All right, truth for Ellen. I'm going to pull 3 from the bottom. Number 1, Ellen, you turn me on in unexpected ways and at unexpected times. So you have something over him that he can never turn off. It's this chemistry that you guys have. It's the intimacy, the sexual energy, and the chemistry. And whenever you're around him, whenever he does see you or talk to you, he can't help it. He doesn't plan it, but he gets turned on. He never wanted to hurt you. Like, that wasn't his goal in life. And he's sorry. Like, things happen. SHIT happens is what I'm hearing him say. SHIT happens. I didn't mean to hurt you, but this is what happened. As you know, and I'm sorry. It's not a great apology, but in his heart of hearts, that is one. See, that's what I'm talking about. I can't help sending you sexual energy. I always desire you. See, he feels he can't control himself like that with you. Like, he's trying to keep it under wraps, keep it tame, keep it contained. He doesn't want to bring that sexuality into your connection, but somehow, shockingly, because you guys could be arguing, you could be having the worst time ever, and all of a sudden he gets turned on and he's like, what's wrong with me? He just can't help it. He feels like, what's wrong with me? Maybe that's part of your spell. Maybe, you know, your spell is like, I want him to always desire me. Maybe it's working, but it's working. And that's just in his secrets what he's feeling. And he's like, I can't control it, even though maybe I would like to. Next, I'm in denial about my intimacy issues and my fears of being used and abused. That's childhood wounds. That's past life. That's just stuff. But he's clearly saying, of course I'm in denial. I'm absolutely in denial about my reality, about my situation. I love that you can see my truth, but it scares the SHIT out of me too. All right. So he knows that you have that high priestess ability to see his truth, know who he is, and know what he's all about. That's even a little bit intimidating to him. And next we have, sometimes I feel like you would be better off if I just disappeared, but I can't let go. All right. So he knows that he really wants to go. I'll keep it I'll keep it honestly. He wants to go. He is trying to step away from you. I'm just going to keep it real. Deception, 7 of Cups, no action, toxicities. The Fool card, which is just being foolish and leaving, taking a step out for a new beginning. Yeah, he tries to leave you. And often he tries to get conclusion with you. He tries to say, it's over, it's done, we're not going back. But there's something that keeps bringing you guys back together. And the truth is, it's probably him. He doesn't realize that he keeps manifesting you back in his life as well. And he just feels like your life would be so much better off without him. He doesn't think very highly of himself. In fact, he has very low confidence with that Strength card in reverse. So talk about a confidence killer. He just doesn't have very much of it. He's over here discouraged, not even being financially where he wants to be, to where he can just be independent and leave whenever, whoever he wants to leave. It's like, I don't have control over that. So he feels like he needs, and he's codependent. That breaks his heart. That upsets him. But at least you know where he's coming at, how he feels. He is trying to get away from you, but I don't think there's a lot of success there for whatever reason. But just know that from what I see, he is going to give you some kind of victory. He is going to reach back out to you. I do feel with the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool, you are going to get a new beginning at some point. He is sorry for hurting you. There is guilt there. But mostly for the general reading, I see him really working on himself. And it's just really difficult. Like he's really just spending time and energy on him, on his money, on his body, on his health, on his healing. It's like, I'm really putting my energy and time into that. Like that's my purpose. That's my point. He doesn't even have time to mess around with whoever he's with. There's like no time. He's not even interested. So that's going on as well. But that's what I have for you. Okay? So I hope that gave you some answers. He's sweet. He's actually deep down. And yes, he sends turned on energy. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I have with him. I could see how you're lost with him because he's trying to push you away. That's deception. All right. Well, XO, what is your questions? Oh, yeah. Markers put it up. Let's see what yours is. I don't know what brand, but buy sugar-free lollipops. Huh. Okay, let's see. I know something about Cornelius. Okay. What is coming for me and Cornelius in love? Okay, let's take a look at that. What is coming in for you and Cornelius in love? We're going to do the Mystic Moon Oracles for that one. You're welcome, Ellen. And I will get you the other one. We're just going to have to redo it. The email's not working. I really think Skype is best. If that cannot work with you, I'll redo it, do another version of it. Maybe it's the link. Maybe it's, who knows? Maybe it's too long and it's not like uploading to send in there. Whatever Mercury retrograde issue it is, I'll tackle it. But if you want to do a Skype, let me know, because you can keep a Skype recording for 6 months. Just so you know, you can record it on Skype. Let me see. All right, so Holy Spirit, please guide and direct me right now for XO Nine-Tailed Fox and Cornelius. What is coming for her in love with him? Cornelius, XO Nine-Tailed Fox. All right, I knew it. Oh my God. I should have called it. You want to know what's so weird? I pictured that card. I always do this to myself. I'm always like, should I call out what card I'm seeing? And I never do. I don't know why. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's fear of being embarrassed if it's wrong, or maybe it's doubting in my gifts. still, even after all these years. But I just want to tell you the truth. Like, honestly, XO, I pictured this card. This is the card that I pictured. So I'm very in tune with your energy. I just want to say that I'm in tune. This is great because spring to me means absolutely a new beginning. Spring to me is a rebirth. It is dead things coming back to life, transformed. They are not exactly the same that they were last year, but they have themselves here. They're here in part of it. And so there is this, I'm changed, I'm different, but it's me. And then we have forgiveness. So I do feel like you are going to get Cornelius back, changed, different, but better. I think he's done a lot of healing work. I think he's done some transformation. And I think he's really hoping that you're going to be able to forgive him for your past, for your history. I really think that he's going to step up with a wand of some type. This is very much a page of wands. So I feel like he's going to take a baby step in the right direction with you and take some action to at least apologize. At least apologize for what transpired with you guys. And if you guys can kick it off from there, if you guys could kick it off from the apology, you can maybe even have a second chance. But I know that for a fact what's in store for love for you and Cornelius is he's going to come back up at some point a little bit changed, a little bit different, and apologize to you. Under that, we have the message received. And whatever message you've sent to him, be it telepathic, be it spiritual, be it physical message, he received it. And he is downloading the information you gave him. He's bringing it in. He's accepting it. He's getting your vibe, and he's kind of learning where you're at so he can make his next move. So I want you to know whatever energy you've been sending out to him, it's coming. And with the 5 fingers, I feel like this is 5 of wands. And I feel like he's back and forth with when he's going to come to you. A lot of the reason he has to apologize to you is he's been in and out of your life. He's been back, he's been forth, he's hot and he's cold. He wants it, then he doesn't want it. I want you to know his confusion, his confusion, his immaturity, his hurting your feelings by making you believe something and then changing it on a dime. This is going to be that I'm a new person. I'm not the scared person that you met before. And it's just, I'm not the same person. I'm different. And I know I wasn't solid. I know I didn't have a good foundation. I know that what we had, whatever it was, wasn't built on anything solid. But I'm sorry. And I'm different. And like, whatever it is, there is a level of honesty. And there is an apology. I'm sorry for leading you on. I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. I'm sorry for pushing you away. I'm sorry for not being honest with you. I'm sorry for confusing you. I'm sorry, whatever that is. I feel like whatever those apologies are, he's going to say sorry about it. He's been back and forth about how he's going to even communicate with you. But he does want to communicate with you. And there is going to be a new beginning, Page of Wands, with new communication. So I feel like that's what's going to come up, XO, for you and your person. Communication and some form of an apology or closure to some situation. We don't have a relationship history. Well, you don't need to have a relationship history for that message. But I'm just saying from yesterday's reading, I did break up with my ex, the brother, about 2 months ago. Okay, well, either way, you guys have something going on. It's not nothing. And whether it's flirtation, whether it's leading you on, whether it's anything, you thought enough of him to consider him as a partner. You thought enough of him to have a reading done on him. You thought enough of him to, you know, assume that you could have something with him. So he did not ever give you the vibe that that wasn't a possibility. He gave you the vibe that it was. And he has some kind of guilt because he didn't want to hurt his brother. And he has some kind of guilt because, for whatever reason, maybe he didn't want to lead you on. Or maybe he didn't want to really get honest with you and open up about his feelings. I think he had real feelings from yesterday's reading. I think he had bottled up emotions. I think that there's a lot more he wants to say about his attraction to you, his desire for you. And I feel like whatever that is, he is going to bring it up with this spring card. And there might be an apology. Maybe it's, I'm attracted to you and I want you. Does that make me a bad person? I'm sorry. You know, I'm glad to hear from you. I would like to see you. Does that make me a bad person? I'm sorry. Those might be some of the apologies. The fact that he's even communicating with you at some point could be like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be doing this. But nonetheless, he's going to communicate. There is something here that is worth being revived. There is something here that is worth being reborn. There is something here that's changed and blossomed. And spring is the energy of falling in love. So I do get the sense there is some kind of an energy of falling in love. You know, that's just puppy love, but it's falling in love. So I do think there's an energy of it and falling for one another. And that could be happening this spring. So that's what I have. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? You can do Skype tonight? Okay, great. Let's do that. Yeah, that would be so much better, Ellen, because then we don't have to worry about this stupid email. And you could just record it and keep it from there. Thank you for being flexible with that. Amanda? Okay, you sent an $11 and then a 512. Okay, honey. So what is your question, love? Thank you so much for that. And do you want tarot or do you want an oracle? I'm definitely picking up on a lot of music for you. I don't know what kind of music, but I was just sitting here thinking about songs and music. So I feel like music might be very healing for you right now, Amanda. Oh, sure. Download the Skype app. And when you download it, just make sure you set it up with your phone number. And then do a search for me, JKS 1111. It should have my thumbnail, my logo with the JKS and the little crab. It should have that. So just, you're going to send an invite or you're going to send like add me, and I'll get an alert that you've signed up for Skype, and then I can just accept you, and then we can connect. And it's a lot like Zoom. Yeah. All right. So, okay, Amanda, I just want to know what's ahead now. I'm getting this. Oh, you're getting this married man out of my life. Girl. And either is fine. You pick. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to do the good tarot, which has a little bit of oracle vibes to it. So I'm going to do that. Mystic, when I get sad, I rock out, man. Oh, yeah. So, okay, so music is very healing for you. That is so good. All right. And hi, and welcome from South Carolina. So you have that added? Okay. Good. Oh, you have me added 2 years ago. Okay, good. Well, then I will see you there. All right, so let's get the vibes, the good tarot. Look at that. We got the Hermit popping up already. All right, so what is coming up for you? Do you want to know what's coming up for you in love? or what's coming up for you in money or marriage or anything like that? You listen to all kinds of music. That's good. Yeah, music would be very healing for you at this time, from what I'm hearing. Holy Spirit, guide and direct me right now for Amanda. Show me what needs to be seen for Amanda. Okay. Love and money. This will be love. Okay, and this will be money. All right, so for money, we have the 4 of Earth. That's great. That's stability. And I love it because it's like things are good. Things are okay. We're going to be okay. They may not be great. They may not be falling off the page exponentially awesome, but we have enough and we're fine. And there's no need for like panic or worry. There could be this energy financially about lack. You might be having to get a handle on any kind of lack mentality that you grew up with. A lot of us grew up with parents that say things like, money doesn't grow on trees, save your money, don't spend on this and that, don't get into debt. We grow up with these mentalities, but the world was very, very different for our parents. So they didn't grow up in this world. They didn't grow up in the world in the age of credit. They didn't grow up in the age of investments. They just didn't grow up in that age. And so you are mastering this beautiful functionality that is, I am stable, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wise, I have more than enough. Money keeps coming to me every day, just easily without even trying. It's keeping up for you to get a handle on it. It's like, keep speaking money into your life. What kind of a relationship do you have with money? Your daddy told me we didn't have a money tree in the backyard. See, there you go. And breaking up with those psychological subconscious patterns in our head is difficult because we want to make our parents proud, and we have guilt when we feel like we're not doing that. But honestly, we're doing the best we can. And you are doing great because you're very stable. You may not have that 10 of Pentacles kind of reading for money, but you definitely have stability. You are a rock and you're on solid ground. This could mean you have a good career or a good head on your shoulders, or, things are just going good. Let's go ahead and see what the the book wants to say. And it says this: ownership, the beauty of the divine order, trusting in a solid foundation, even if I feel shaken up, even if I feel unstable or unable to understand why financially things happen the way they do, or anything happens the way they do. I know for certain that the divine order in my life manifests all aspects of my life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation, and there is no fear. And your parents raised you right, even if they didn't grow up in this day and age. They raised you right. You got raised right, okay? And what you have inside of you is strong, and you're going to pass that on. While it's true that nothing is permanent, nothing lasts in this material world, I find there's some kind of security in the existence of a divine plan. Spirit is always there to remind you where you exactly are and where you're meant to be for your highest good and the greatest good for others as like a whole. I can't talk today, clearly. And that I always have abundance available to me. So you're working on manifesting more. That's just what I see with money. You are blessed. The divine wants to give you more. You just make sure you have that faith. Okay? Have that faith and trust. I'm also feeling like you would do very well investing in a small tiny home in a cabin near a creek somewhere. If you're attracted to that kind of a lifestyle or investing in it, that is like a yes. That's what I'm seeing for you. Definitely, this would be mountains. That's the kind of climate that I would be seeing, near a creek or something like that. I definitely saw a creek. And I feel like if you are interested in those tiny home shows, or like, HGTV, where people build these tiny little, 2-bedroom cabins on a little piece of land, that might be something for you to like head for. You don't have to be in the hustle and bustle of a city and make it big. You might just be very comfortable in a beautiful, just in a beautiful home. Oh, you live in a little old house on the mountain in Tennessee. Well, there you go. This is your home. Make the most of it. Perhaps the message is build a creek. The way I always say, listen, if it's not God made, then God knows I'm going to make it. Okay? We can't make a mountain, all right? But we can make a creek, all right? There is pumps, there is rocks, there is all of it. Make a water feature near your home. This might actually bring back wealth. I like to think of water treatment areas around our home as a blessing, did you know fish tanks can actually bring wealth? This is a little bit of Vastu and feng shui even, but goldfish with one blackfish, but you want to have them in numbers of 3, 6, or 12. And having a fish tank per Vastu in the northwest corner is auspicious and good for wealth and luck and health and things like that. And especially if you put it there in your office. But if you put a creek or a water feature, like a fountain of some sort, on phone calls. All right. So anyways, if you put a water feature in the northwest part of your home, or even the southeast, even the northeast is probably good. You're going to be able to have some prosperity, some luck. And I think that would be prosperous for you. Don't do the southeast unless you're looking for fame, though. That's very fiery. I actually would recommend the northeast. The north kind of represents water in general, but the corners for some reason are very prosperous. You do have the 4 corners here at the 4. Interesting. And there is something here about building, creating. So think about those kinds of things for wealth and money. Wow, more. You got the 10 of Earth with love. You may not have won the lottery financially, but maybe you're going to win it in love. I do feel like in a marriage, you would be much more prosperous. Obviously, 2 incomes, but not only that, you becoming married would change your luck financially. A lot of people have that in their chart. As soon as they get married, their luck changes financially with career and work. It happens to a lot of people. And sometimes even with children. When people have children, their luck changes financially. It's like the clouds part and say, we're not going to rain on you anymore. It's kind of like a good luck charm. But I do feel that there is a marriage in your future. You are going to have a stable and committed long-term relationship. Wolves might be a sign of who you might meet. Definitely wolves. Dogs, perhaps. Dogs that look like wolves might be a sign of this person. Look out for those kind of signs that kind of can lead you to this kind of a person or soulmate in some sense. You hope so, because I've had a bad way in love in the last few years, but I can't find anybody who can handle me because my husband passed away 15 years ago as well. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. I do think you have a long-term relationship ahead of you that is going to involve marriage. If no one can handle you right now, it's an inner projection of you saying, I can't handle anyone right now. If you secretly, subconsciously feel like you're not really ready for love because you still love and grieve your husband, or there's something that's kind of painful involved with it, you are projecting it and you are going to have a hard time in love. You know, especially if you're looking like, you know, is someone going to heal me, take care of me, make me happy? Is someone going to show me real love so I can get over what happened and be happy again? Then it's kind of like you're looking for someone to solve your pain, heal it for you. You know, this isn't the movie Angel Eyes. We kind of have to heal that ourselves. And this is about you being strong in the 10 of earth and knowing who you are, knowing what you want, knowing when you're ready, and just knowing that, you know, when you do get involved with another person, most likely an earth sign, and darn, it might be a Taurus, okay, or a Virgo. But when you do get involved with this person, you're going to have to give your all. Not 50% of you, but all of you. And a message from the universe here is make sure that you can give 100% of you for this next connection. So let's see what this one says about love. The 10 of Earth says affluence, material abundance, mastery, financial security, inherited wealth, and knowledge. Oh, Tauruses. Okay, so that is your thing. You are destined to be with a Taurus. You married 2 Tauruses. My husband was a Taurus. Well, it looks like you're in store for another Taurus. That is hilarious. Hopefully a Virgo this time. Maybe we'll change it up a little bit. Either way, you're supposed to be with an earth sign. So it says here, I am now able to step back and observe the results of what I built in my life, my dedication, and my hard work. I claim ownership over the castles that I have built and have taken form in the material world. I have achieved mastery and inherited treasures of knowledge and experience, thanks to all I have been through. I smile appreciatively at my run of good fortune. Well, you have been fortunate. Don't forget to be grateful that you have married twice. Some people don't even get one marriage. And I'm not saying they went great. Maybe they didn't even go good. But nonetheless, you found men that thought enough of you to put their name on your last name. You found 2 people in your life that have taken it to the next level, that have thought enough of you to commit and see forever. And that is something to be grateful for, even if you've had your losses. I think you are going to attract another Taurus or Virgo. And just remember, before you do, just say, I'm so grateful for everything that I did have. Well, your first husband is trans now. Oh my God. And my husband died. Good God. So what is this, Bruce Jenner? Is that what's going on? Just vice versa? You know? What happened here? You know, that's crazy. Wow. That's shockingly happened to a couple women. That's really crazy. I'm very sorry that happened. Obviously, he was very confused. Nonetheless, let's still be grateful for it. You know, let's be grateful for the love that we had before all that went on. You know, people have their issues, you know. People have their issues, and we're still going to love them. They're still beautiful hearts. And, you know, bless him on his journey there. And your husband that passed, I'm so sorry. That's very unfortunate. What an uncanny situation that kind of resembles Scorpio. Do you have Scorpio in your chart? Death and transformation. God, that sounds an awful lot like what you've experienced. My first husband that I had my 2 grown girls with is now trans. Oh my God. Do you have Scorpio, like Jupiter? Scorpio, Venus, Scorpio 7th house? My gosh. My husband took his own life. Oh my gosh. You got to have Scorpio haunting you. Maybe you have a Scorpio rising. What is going on? That is all Scorpio. Pluto, Scorpio. I'm so sorry. Again, you know, we got to find the joy in all of that. Maybe that's what this card is saying. Be grateful for what you had. Be grateful for your girls. Be grateful for those experiences. That is not something I'd wish on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish your previous experiences on my worst enemy. Oh, Uranus, that explains a lot. Yeah. Uranus is sudden, shocking, uprooting, life-changing things. Wherever Uranus is, it's like smoke and mirrors. It's also just like a bomb goes off or the floor drops from under you. That's like the energy of Uranus. It's a powerful storm and it transforms you. It changes who you are. So it's got a lot of that energy like Pluto, but Mars, Scorpio vibe. You know, it's just dark, but it's very transforming. And yeah, when you have your Uranus there, it's like these are events that drop the floor out from under you, threw a bomb into your life, total destruction, but it made you better for who you are. So, you know, again, the lessons of all of those terrible things is you're better off. You're better off. You deserve peace in your life, prosperity, abundance, maybe 3rd time's a charm, but you are going to have another marriage. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people that get married as much as you have, and in your situations, you know, there's like a Rahu messing with your Venus or your Jupiter. You know, there's like an aspect, maybe even Ketu, you know. Either way, like people that have a lot of marriages, you know, it's it's destined, and you might have more, you know. Some people have a lot of marriages. Some people have none with those placements. It kind of depends on how malefic it affects you. And for whatever reason, your fate is tied to multiple marriages. So I do feel like you are going to have another one. It's like tied up in your karmas. Oh, and in the 2nd house, yeah, that looks at marriage because the original house of marriage was the 8th house. The 2nd house looks at the 8th house. And that's about family, stability, money, inheritance, spousal, you know, the marriage, the commitment there. Yeah, I can see how that really aspects, and the house of death and inheritance and marriage and divorce and transformation. Oh yeah, that definitely affects it. The 3rd time will be a charm because it will be much less, be much last as finally last time. Okay, well, whatever you said, I don't understand what you said, but I know it's Mercury retrograde. Either way, your 3rd time may very well be a charm. So yeah, I do see marriage again in your future, ironically, with a Taurus, but that's 2nd house, isn't it? So Uranus and Scorpio has some karma with Taurus because Uranus is looking 7 houses away at Taurus. So this is why Uranus is affecting Taurus men in your life. That's why. And Scorpio people also, that's all Uranus. Lots of karma. And up until about 7 years ago, I swore I'd never get married again. And my inheritance was stolen by my 3 older brothers. Uranus again, the men in your life, you know? I'm so sorry. You're going to get married again. That's in the cards from, well, the simple little cards I got for you. But it's in the cards, okay? So good luck with that, girl. Good luck. Choose wisely. Remember, Uranus is smoke and mirrors. It's illusion. Whenever you might think something about someone, ask your friends or family or a spiritual advisor for the truth and the tea on that person, because your version of them may be distorted because of Uranus. So anytime you're in a relationship, consult family or someone that you might have to pay to give you some good information, okay? Because they might be smoke and mirrors, just like what they were in the past. So the married man will stay away from me then, right? I don't know. And now that you mentioned the married man, and we got the 10 of Pentacles, which is a married couple, is he an earth sign? Is he Taurus or Scorpio, perhaps? Maybe is he Virgo? Because, I don't know, that could be the married man. And ironically, I spoke about a wolf in your reading because there's the wolf, right? Could this married man be a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is your Uranus? Again, he's a Libra/Scorpio. Okay, there you go. He might be a wolf in sheep's clothing. Again, you're going to be bamboozled, and I don't think you are. I think you're wiser now, but always consult. Get readings when you can when it comes to love. Talk with friends and family that can help guide you on this, because unfortunately, the way Uranus is, it's going to cloud your vision on marriage and relationship. Okay? So I don't know. I would have to get more cards. But he may still be around, but there's the Ace of Water, little bonus. It's a new beginning. The seahorse dad there with the pearl. So I think you might get another new relationship or a new marriage. That's still in the cards, okay? But it doesn't mean he won't leave. It may mean you get somebody new, but he might be poking his head around too. You know what I'm saying? So keep an open eye. We'd have to get a lot more cards to really get in depth with that person's intentions and feelings towards you, and desires and wants and future. If you do want to get a reading on you and that guy, and you want to see what's going to go on with you in your future, I have 2 suggestions for you. One, get an astrological chart consultation done by me, which is available on my website. Or 2, order a true love reading where I can do a Celtic cross on you and a Celtic cross on him. And then we could see what that's all about. Okay? So I recommend those 2 things if you want to get more answers and clarity about you and that person. All right. Well, be strong this time. Amanda, you be strong. All right, markers. Is there anybody else, love? Eat Me, you were right about me getting into a new relationship with an Aries. What? I now have an Aries emotional support animal. Oh, that is so cute. The kitty? Oh, that is so cute. I love it. I love that. That is so great. I love cats. This is like a cat year. WM, still in the doghouse after being slammed with everything I have ever told her. She's a Libra. Oh man, that's difficult to deal with. In the doghouse, that's very hard. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you need to build up that creek, girl. Get some luck in your backyard. Ellen, can we say in 2 to 3 hours, I need to fix me? I'm a Virgo, you know. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Let me see what time. What time is it, markers? Because I may not. It may have to be more in the evening for me. Let me see. 3 to 4 weeks old. I think 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, little angel. What a little angel. It's 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. Yeah, 9 my time, like 9:30 my time is fine. So yeah, we can do that. Okay. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you so much. Thank you for watching my channel and my reading. So I need to be outside then. Yeah, you need to get some kind of a water feature to give you some luck. some wind chimes too. Ellen, you're online all your day. Okay, good. Well, then that would work. So 9 or 9:30 my time, I'll alert you on the Skype. Okay. All right. Well, Amy, did you get a 15? Oh, yesterday you paid for one? Oh, okay. I'll do one for you, girl. Let's see what's going on. I didn't read it, probably. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Take care, everybody. I love you. All right, Amy, let's see. What is it you want to know about? And thank you so much, Markers. All right, Amy, so let's see what you wanted to take care of there. I wanted to ask about the kitty and if it was a good idea. Well, I think it was a brilliant idea. You definitely need, girl, you definitely need an emotional support animal. Absolutely. Okay? I think that's the best thing you could have ever done. Honestly. I want to know about finances for caring for them since I now have them. Oh, do you have more than one kitty? All right, let's see. Also, find your local cat adoption agency. I know there's like places where you could adopt cats that are like, it's not the pound, it's something else. I can't think of the name. But you know, they take a lot of cats and they hold on to them, and it's like an agency, and they get funding until they can adopt them out. You might want to go there and see if you ever did need cat food or anything, you know, see if they could help you with some stuff. No, not the Humane Society. No, it's like where I got my cats. They were dropped off at it's like a refuge. It's like a cat. It's where you just, you know, people find cats and they hang on to them. They have like 100 cats in there, and they feed them. They get donations. They get people sending them food every week from like corporations, and they have vet care and all of that. And they just hang on to these cats till they're adopted. Oh, it's like a rescue. There we go. It's like a cat rescue. So, Amy, you might want to look into like a cat rescue and just say, hey, I rescued a kitten. I'm watching them and taking care, and I could really use some support. If you guys have any, you know, equipment that I might need, they might be able to give you some stuff. Yeah, like a shelter. Thank you, Markers. Literally a shelter. So people were swept yesterday, and someone has kittens who need homes. This cat was cared for by someone who trains service dogs, but is unhoused and cannot care for the cat. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, the shelters are great for cats to be in because they have a nice home and food and everything they want. But a loving companion is even better than that, as long as you have a place, a room, as long as you have a room to be with that cat. Cats don't need a lot. They just need a room, a litter box, food and water, and some toys. And they're happy, you know? You could even take them on a walk. So let's see. You want to know if you're going to be okay with your cat and your love situation? All right. Oh boy, I don't like this card for you. I'll be honest. The Six of Water. It's usually a comeback, right? It's usually someone that's thinking of you from the past, wants to come back into your life. Messenger of Air. This is, I think like the Knight of Swords. And I feel like that's a difficult message. Nine of Air. It's just a lot of stress in your life. I think this cat brings a sense of calm and normalcy, and it connects with your inner child, Six of Cups. I feel inner child for the Six of Cups. And I feel like as far as the cat being cared for, it may be difficult, but you're going to have to take action to make sure you can take care of this cat. So you're going to have to take action, meaning do whatever you got to do, you know, to make sure that that's happening and that's okay, which is going to give you a sense of responsibility and a step up, and it's going to make you feel good about yourself. The ex is saying I would have to pay rent for him to have the cat, or the cat to be here and not just me visiting and then leaving. I see. Yeah. You know what? Oh, Mr. Binks, that's so cute. I need to get more gigs. 3 walks a week I need to cover to pay rent, pet rent. Yeah, this is probably biting off more than you could chew if you're already having a problem with yourself. Maintaining you, adding on that responsibility may be difficult. But at the same time, I kind of feel like having a responsibility might push you to take better care of you. So it's kind of a blessing. So I know it's harder, but it's actually going to help you step up. So I think that's going to help you get more on track and feel like you kind of have a fur baby. You got to be more responsible now. You got to make better decisions. Just like having a kid, you wouldn't be with a psycho jerk. You wouldn't be in a situation on the street. You would make better decisions. So I do think having this cat would balance you out, Six of Cups, in a very good way. I'm actually going to be cleaning my room for the sake of the cat. I need in-home supportive services. Yeah, I think the kitty is very good for you. The kitty is very loud. Oh, goodness. Well, this kitty is going to, you know, definitely teach you to get your stuff together. Maybe that's the cat's purpose in your life. 3 weeks, they should still be drinking milk from their mother, and they're not walking at 3 weeks. They're barely opening their eyes. So you're taking care of a newborn kitten that can't walk and can't open its eyes because 3 weeks old, that's where they're at. The cat is walking and ate wet food today. Okay, so that cat is probably more around 6 weeks old, because around 6 weeks old, they're walking and eating food. It definitely wants cuddles and security, which I'm sure won't be a problem. But getting it like a little safety security place. So like a little those little cat cabins. It's like a pet bed with a little top. So it's like a little nest. Giving that to the cat to make it feel secure would probably help him with the meowing. He's just really looking for security. Cats pick up on energy so well. The person who gave him to me said they were just 4 weeks. Wow. They just pooped on their own yesterday and still drink milk from a bottle. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they need their mom. That is just so sad that you didn't get to bring the mom with you. The mom would have given them so much security. This is a lot of responsibility. Yeah, you're going to have to be able to take care of them. So whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do to take care of them. This is probably very healing for you, and I think it's going to do good things for you. But it is hard. 9 of Swords, sleepless nights. King of Water, lots of love. Strength, look at her at the lion, cat. You got to be strong. This is very healing for you. That's what I'm feeling. Let's read it. The Six of Water says, nostalgia, sweet memories, old flames, yearning for security and the good old days. See, I told you earlier that these cats are longing for security. Longing for security. So you need to get a little bed, and again, go to the shelter and say, do you have some donations I can have? I'm just use the keyword fostering. Say, I am fostering some kittens and I just need some equipment. They may assume that you're fostering from their place. They don't know. They may help you out thinking you're fostering for them. Either way, you're helping cats. So, if you're being triggered to remember the past, enjoy the warm memories, but recognize that they are immortal. Emotion can run, color, and recall and distort your understanding of what's really happening. Sometimes we get too caught up in the emotions. I acknowledge that to heal old wounds, I need to experience security today. Oh, you're thinking about your first cat. Yeah. In order to heal old wounds, you need to experience security. Enveloped in the arms of divine love, there is no need to return to the illusion of a golden era because it can bring a better reality in right now. Authentic healing.
I'm going back to Grandma's at 6. She invited me for dinner.
Okay. What time? It's like almost 6 now. Did you even eat your food?
I didn't have time. I went to her house and then I went to Psycho Plaza and I was there for a good while.
You should have eaten, like while you were driving. Okay. Well, you need to eat now. So anyways, so finding security is going to be really important for you. Authentic healing and joyfulness will be yours if you stop rekindling the emotions of the past. So, with the cats, that's different. You can have fond memories of your first cat and feel healing. And you could be feeling good and loved by these kittens, which I think is what you need. I think you definitely need this love and affection. You've been treated so badly, and everything that you experience is abuse. So this is like love coming into your life. You asked, what about love? Well, this is love. This is love. You may not be getting sexual love right now, relationship love right now. That may be the cold, hard truth with the messenger of air. But you are getting love and affection and to heal the inner child. And that is far more important than a relationship. And so the messenger of air says, don't worry about relationships right now. You have too much going on. Worry about your inner self and your inner love. And the messenger of air says, opinions are informed by experience, adherence to dogma, allegiance to a way of thinking or acting, a learned response and subconscious programming, and swift reactions and responses. I need to broaden my perspective is this card. I'm reacting to a situation from my past. I have to think about whether I want to do things the old way or respond differently at this time. I can adapt a new way of thinking and behaving. See, it's all new. This is good for you. You need to broaden your perspective, which you are. You are going to react to the situation from your past. And you're going to think about whether you want to change things or keep things the old way, which I know you don't. You're going to respond differently. You're going to adapt to a new way of behaving and thinking. If I am swift and move quickly, ensuring my actions are for the highest good for us all, positive outcomes are 100% assured. So there you go. You're going to have a positive outcome. I think this is good for you. Work on your skills of negotiation if you have to live in that specific situation. Say, okay, I'm going to work on that. Mind your temper. Keep it cool. Respect yourself. Have boundaries. Be respectful of others, even though your emotions are overflowing, even though you might feel disrespected or stressed out or having attacks, panic attacks, whatever kind of things that you're going through. Remember to get grounded and to just take big breaths, breathe in deep, and think about your future and think about stability. That is the most important thing. I had a dispute with my mom once, and it was about my house, and she kept threatening me to take it and sell it and this and that. And at the time, it was in her husband's name, my dad, my stepdad, and it was like constant fights and problems because I was having fights with my brother and my sister-in-law, and really just my sister-in-law. But it was like it was terrible, and she would threaten me every minute she could get a chance to about, just wrecking my life. And I felt hopeless, helpless, and I felt like my hands and or my fate was in her hands rather. And I would freak out. And so anytime I felt attacked, I would just bark off like, this is ridiculous. This is not fair. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to stick up for myself. I'm going to say where you're wrong. I'm going to say where the whole situation is wrong. I'm going to speak my point of view. And every time I did, I got myself into another hole with her. So I was talking with my stepdad one day, who, by the way, was a Libra, very balanced, great, Jupiter in the first house, awesome. And I was like, this is what's happening. It's crazy. I know I'm right. You know I'm right. Why is this happening to me? And he just looked at me very plainly and he said, look, I'm going to ask you, what's more important to you? Being right? Proving your point? Proving that you were right? Proving that they're wrong? Proving that what? Proving what? To who? And does that person really care? And he's like, so you have to ask yourself, what's more important? Winning an argument? Proving your point? Saying you're right and making it well known? Okay, so you got your 5 of Swords. All right, so you got your little victory, but now it's hollow. Because what do you get out of it? What do you get out of being right? Nothing. Nothing. More threats. You could lose your home. Why are you doing that to yourself? Just for your ego. And he's like, you really need to think about that. And next time, bite your tongue. I know that's hard. I know that she's in the wrong and you're in the right. But you have to bite your tongue because you have a plan. You have a goal. That's more important than being right. And so I learned that lesson, as an adult, eat me. And you need to learn that lesson too. Because whatever's going on, you can't be quick to bark off at the mouth. You can't be a messenger of swords. You can't sit here and swipe those swords away and say, this is the truth. This is the evidence. This is the righteousness. This is the facts. This is the reality. Let me over-explain myself because no one listens to me. No one believes me. It doesn't matter. When you have a responsibility like you have, you're going to have to bite your tongue a lot. To keep your security, to keep your stability. Yes, have personal boundaries for safety. Safety is a whole different another thing than your personal ego. Safety is something else. So yes, mind your boundaries for your own personal safety. But when it comes to little battles, this is go inside yourself and bite your tongue. That's what I'm hearing. And that's going to help you and the kitties is you being stable and grounded and being able to make sure that you can do what you need to do to take care of what you need to take care of. Okay? So that is it. Thank you, Eat Me. You want to start a business selling cat products? Aww. Was your star in the main model? That is a great idea. Yeah, maybe you can do it with that cat. Definitely. I think that's a brilliant idea. Go for it. Do that. Absolutely. All right, well, I love you guys. This is the end of the video. If no one else has any more questions, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching and have a blessed and beautiful, wonderful day. Remember, like I always say, this is your journey. This tarot reading, amongst hundreds more, is just part of that journey. It's not your destination. It's not the finality. So you just keep swimming. All right? And thank you for everything, Ellen. I'll see you in a while. Thanks, guys. I love you. Alrighty. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.